Hey, you guys. I'm messing around with my new phone. Uh, so it's kind of still in the works. This is so much clearer than my computer. Doesn't have the fuzziness. Uh, yeah, so the volume is probably low right now because I'm not close enough to the phone, but essentially, yeah, no, I got my new phone. It looks so much clearer. And I know you guys, it's been a very long time since I've made a video, whoever's watching. Uh, the reason why is because I had some personal stuff going on. Um, as you can see, my hair's gotten probably bigger. So much hair. Um, the personal thing is that I had some friendships go bad. Um, and so, yeah, no, that's pretty much it. The friendship's gone bad. And I learned from my therapist that I might have something called codependency. It seems to be something that I really relate with. Um, I guess I'm going to talk about codependency. I didn't really have anything planned, but I just know that I should probably make a video. So, codependency. You focus on other people and their problems, doing for others even when it negatively impacts your mental health, physical health, finances, etc. You're extremely self critical. You feel responsible for everyone and everything. You experience high levels of guilt and shame. You absorb other people's feelings. You're a people pleaser, afraid of disappointing or upsetting others. You have trouble setting boundaries and being assertive. You ignore your own feelings and needs, possibly numbing them with food, alcohol, or drugs. Intimacy, open communication, and trust are difficult. You act like a martyr, taking care of everyone else, giving without receiving, and then feeling angry, resentful, and taken advantage of. You're a perfectionist. You tend to overwork and overschedule yourself. You can be controlling, nagging, and critical of others. You crave predictability, structure, and certainty. Uh, that's what codependency is. Symptoms of it is people pleaser, inability to set boundaries, nitpicking or hyper aware of people's behavior, fear of speaking a truth, belief that you're responsible for someone's emotions, fear of rejection or abandonment, asking a partner if things are okay, absorbing the emotional state of another by default, low self worth, indecisive. And yeah, I'm talking about this because I feel like what happened attributed to it. Um, I'm not really going to explain it in full detail because I'm not ready for that yet. But what I am going to say is that I think part of that is what created this situation. So I'm just kind of, I don't know how to feel. But it happened. And so I'm working on myself right now and trying to discover myself as a person and um, what I need to fix. See, one of the things that I tell myself is that I'm. Let's say I'm not in the greatest place, but one of the things I tell myself is I'm always trying to find some way to improve myself, little by little. And my therapist thinks that maybe I'm. How do I put it? I'm. I can't seem to think it off the top of my head. The codependency is what creates this situation where I need people in order to feel loved. And that's where also self love comes in too. And I'm also self critical of myself, and I put myself into other people, so I'm less critical of myself. Now, there are other things too, but it's hard. And I've been watching a lot of Mr. Rogers. I might make something about Mr. Rogers in a little bit too. not right now, but uh, he has these books with approval of his wife, and it's just these little sayings about love, about teaching your inner child, about guidance, as well as self care and learning how to deal with your feelings. And so, a lot of people today don't know how to deal with them. We try as I was watching the film with Tom Hanks, we're trying to help the world deal with their feelings in a positive way. I think that's what he said. But essentially, that is what we're doing. We're trying to deal with feelings in a positive way. We're trying to have people learn how to be actual adults. There's a lot of things going on right now where without the parents, without certain things, people stop having that healthy environment. Um, what I mean by that is that when you grow up in an environment of abuse of some kind, I'm one of those people. You tend to use those habits throughout your life, and you don't realize how destructive they can be. Codependency is part of something that I've had since I was a child. Um, I'm not sure. I'm not sure how to get out of it, and I'm working my way to do that. What else? No, just it is a really hard thing to deal with. Um, and the thing is about growing. The thing is about healing. The thing is about changing. Is wanting to change. People have a tendency to stay where they are, to feel comfortable. I'm going apparently two people I know thinks I'm going through a spiritual awakening. Hmm. Sorry. Just looking at how I should angle myself. My phone is on a slant. Anyways, I'm going through a spiritual awakening. I'm trying my best to better myself. I was reading another thing where if even if you do something wrong, if you feel fucked up, oh, I shouldn't have said the F word. If you feel effed up, it doesn't make you a it doesn't make you an effed up person. And if you are trying to do something about it, learning from it, that means you do care, that you do want to do something. Um, and the thing is that we try our best to find positive people. And I usually don't like to use the word positive because there's too many people who misuse it. But what I mean by positive people, I mean influences that we feel are ideal. And it can be misconstrued. And what I mean by that is that somebody who we think is the optimal person really isn't the most optimal person. We can have that ideology about our parents, about our teachers, our even the actors we look up to. And probably one of the best figures out there was Mr. Rogers. His whole belief was in helping children deal with their feelings, learning how to be good children, as well as, how do I put it, wanting to believe in themselves, to know that they are loved and that they are not alone, and that when you watch him, you are his friend, and he likes you the way you are, and you're really special. And it's important that you do know that you are special. And he knows that it can be hard. It can be hard dealing with those feelings. Whether or not whether you're a child or whether you're an adult, it's really hard to do. Anyways, um, I f- I'm I feel like right now I'm losing my train of thought. So I'm I'm trying to work on myself. I'm trying to better myself. I'm trying to draw away from the negative and into the positive. I feel like I'm needing my own emotional healing. Yeah. Well, I'm just gonna stop it here for right now. Uh, I mean, I don't really know what else to talk about. Oh, I guess there was one thing I was going to talk about that has to do with this. I've been reading a lot about Norse mythology, and the stories are brilliant. But one of the things that I really liked was the story of Ragnarok. If in Norse mythology, Ragnarok means the end of the world. And in their world, there's the great tree, the world tree that connects all the worlds together. Uh, and the thing is, though, is that there's a great battle, gods versus everyone else, or gods versus Loki, I should say, and many of them die. But then at the final part of the battle, Heimdall, the gatekeeper, uh, versus Loki. Everyone's almost dead on the battlefield, and Loki smugs his smile and looks as if he has won. Heimdall goes, I can see further than you. The sons of Odin has are still alive. Um, Thor's sons are alive and has taken his hammer. Two people have escaped to the world tree. Um, Life and life's yearning. Even if the gods are dead, Loki, everything is alive, and a new beginning will happen. He kind of says in his own words. Before Loki can think of something smug to say, he dies. And Heimdall with them. But what essentially he was saying is that it's a rebirth, it's a cycle. The world tree, even after the battle, will still be there. Which means that it wasn't necessarily the end of the universe itself. It was just the end of their world. And what I like about that is it's considered rebirth. Is that time does not stop with them. They are gods, but they're not as, how do I put it? They, in these stories, they're pretty much kind of human. And so that's about it. I feel like it's all about rebirth. It's all about a new beginning. And every time something bad happens, there's always a new beginning. And it's our choice of whether or not we can do it. Whether or not the world ends, whether or not things end, it's a matter of what we can do for a new beginning. And yeah, I am trying to do a new beginning myself in my stage of life. So I'll leave it at that. Laters.